Mike Tyson versus Jose Ribalta. In the mid-1980s, the heavyweight division had never seen anything like Mike Tyson. He was young, explosive, terrifying. Most opponents barely survived a few rounds before collapsing under Tyson's brutal power. But in 1986, one man shocked the boxing world by refusing to quit. That man was Jose Ribalta, a massive Cuban heavyweight with courage beyond imagination. Fans expected another quick Tyson knockout. Instead, they witnessed one of the toughest fights of Tyson's early career, a brutal war that pushed the young destroyer harder than anyone expected. This is the story of Mike Tyson versus Jose Ribalta. By 1986, Mike Tyson was already becoming boxing's most feared fighter. At only 20 years old, Tyson had developed terrifying speed and knockout power. Trained by legendary coach Cus D'Amato, Tyson mastered the peekaboo style, constant head movement, explosive combinations, and devastating body shots. Opponents often looked defeated before the fight even began. Tyson wasn't just winning, he was destroying people, round after round, knockout after knockout. The boxing world believed nobody could survive with him for long, but Jose Ribalta was different. Standing over 6 feet tall and weighing more than Tyson, Ribalta entered the fight with confidence. He had size, he had toughness, and most importantly, he had absolutely no fear. Many experts predicted Tyson would finish him early, but Ribalta had other plans. The fight took place on August 17, 1986. As Tyson entered the arena, the crowd exploded with energy. Fans expected violence, and Tyson never disappointed. The young heavyweight walked toward the ring with cold eyes and complete focus. No smile, no emotion, just destruction. Across the ring stood Jose Ribalta, tall, calm, ready for war. When the bell rang, Tyson immediately exploded forward. Fast combinations slammed into Ribalta's body and head. The Cuban fighter tried using his jab to keep Tyson away, but Tyson kept slipping punches and moving closer. Every time Tyson landed, the crowd roared. In the early rounds, it looked like another typical Tyson fight. Ribalta was taking brutal punishment, but something unusual happened. He stayed standing, again and again. Tyson landed massive hooks and uppercuts, but Ribalta refused to fall. The audience began realizing this fight was becoming something special. As the fight continued, Jose Ribalta shocked everyone watching. Most Tyson opponents panicked under pressure. Ribalta didn't, even after taking brutal punches. He kept fighting back. Tyson attacked the body with savage hooks, then fired explosive combinations upstairs. But Ribalta absorbed punishment that would have destroyed most heavyweights. Round after round, the Cuban fighter continued surviving. At times, Tyson looked frustrated. He was landing clean shots. Yet Ribalta kept standing. The crowd started cheering louder for the underdog. Not because he was winning, but because he refused to surrender. Tyson continued pushing forward like a machine. Sweat flying, punches exploding, relentless pressure. Still, Ribalta fought back with courage. He fired jabs. He clinched when necessary, and occasionally landed solid punches of his own. This was no longer a quick showcase. It had become a real battle. For one of the first times in his young career, Tyson was being tested. As the later rounds approached, Tyson increased the pressure even more. He began targeting Ribalta's body with terrifying force. Every punch sounded like a hammer. Ribalta's movement slowed. His face showed exhaustion. But somehow, he still refused to quit. Then Tyson unleashed another violent attack. Hooks, uppercuts, body shots. The Cuban giant was finally starting to break down. Near the end of the fight, Tyson landed a crushing combination that sent Ribalta crashing to the canvas. The crowd exploded. Ribalta tried getting up, but the punishment had become too much. The referee stopped the fight. Mike Tyson won by knockout. But unlike many of Tyson's earlier opponents, Jose Ribalta earned enormous respect that night because he survived longer than almost anyone expected, and he forced Tyson into one of the toughest fights of his rise to greatness. For Tyson, the victory proved something important. He wasn't only a quick knockout artist, he could also handle adversity. He could stay dangerous deep into a fight, and he could break down opponents who refused to quit. For Jose Ribalta, the fight changed how fans viewed him forever. Even in defeat, he became respected for his heart and toughness. Many boxing fans still remember Ribalta as one of the bravest men to ever face young Mike Tyson. And years later, Tyson himself admitted that Ribalta was one of his toughest early opponents. This fight became another chapter in Tyson's terrifying rise toward the heavyweight championship. Only months later, Tyson would become the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. Mike Tyson versus Jose Ribalta may not be Tyson's most famous fight, but it remains one of the most important, because for the first time, fans saw a glimpse of Tyson being pushed, and they witnessed the incredible toughness of Jose Ribalta. One man brought fear, the other brought courage. Together, they created a heavyweight battle. Boxing fans still remember decades later. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more classic boxing stories, legendary fights, and unforgettable knockout moments. And tell us in the comments, which Mike Tyson fight should we cover next?
He was not intimidated. All these been trying to throw some straight right hands, but it's not going to work. The type of punch is going to work. Left hand by Tyson. The right hand is a little short. Now is to see whether Tyson can sustain his fury. Opponent's been getting away from, especially inside. You notice that Tyson throws a great deal of body shots. Say, hey, game plan is starting to work now. Ribalta got himself in trouble on the ropes. Another right hand punch we caught. That was an uppercut by Ribalta, and Tyson right back with 2 shots to the body. You notice how he throws his punches back. Either they want Tyson to punch himself out. He drops the other hand. This is just me, Ray. He gets careless. Tyson just turned southpaw. He pitched a virtual shutout against Green, and according to him, yeah, because unlike Tillis or Green, as he mentioned, Ribalta's looping uppercuts. 10 rounds with quick Tillis. He's staying in the fight. Ribalta has stand power. And also, like Tyson's going to say, he still is not seen, as Larry mentioned, the bigger heavyweights, the Burbicks at 227 or the Withers. Ribalta has been doing from the very first round. Power. I mean, no one expected too much from Ribalta. It's a combination from the whole punches. More than one punch. Tyson just missing that uppercut.
I think Jose's picking up the pace, as you said, a little.
Yeah. And I think so. I think the style of Ribalta is creating a few problems on the left rear of Ribalta.
For Ribalta, and also a low blow by Ribalta.
The guy has.
There was a big right hand, and that hurt Ribalta.
Because he's fighting the right way every time.
But again, as Kevin Rooney in his corner would like him to. That was a good left hand.
La derecha de Open! La derecha de Open!
Does he hit?
Quick exchange.
His mouthpiece has been knocked out. So.
And Jose got the worst of that one. The mouthpiece goes, and Tyson is on top of him. Ribalta ties him up. Mouthpiece goes, and Tyson is on top of him.
Tyson all he wants to do is counter.
Tyson's really taking his time.
Well, they are still not there yet. The spring is left.
There is no spring, and there's a smashing left hand, and wisely, Tony Battle will send 5. That was very smart on the part of the referee because Ribalta's arms were locked. And Tyson has not finished his man off.
Derecha aquí, al pecho. Otra de derecha hasta el fondo.
And Tyson has been wearing down a game opponent, and we'll see.
Crowd taking up the chant of Jose.
This is all his thing.
Oh, another big left hand.
Oh, his legs.
And he's actually walked into the right turn of the 9th round, and it appears as if Jose Ribalta will swap away. There's a big right hand, and Ribalta is about to go. Another big right hand, back to the bottom.
Chin of Ribalta.
It's only a question of time.
And drop that right hand. Look at that left hand of Ribalta. Watch for a straight right hand.
No question about it. He's not run. He's not just tried to survive. He's tried to fight. But now, again, showing it's both appreciation and... He actually caught Tyson, but Green ran from him. And Tillis tried to stay on him. He actually caught Tyson. Green ran from him. And Tillis... Oh, what a shot. And Ribalta's down. He is up, but
he's seriously hurt this time, though.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's a fighter.
And that's it.
I want to say that there's no way Ribalta could win the fight, but I think the official was wrong for stopping it. He had come back from those punches before. There's no reason to believe that he couldn't have survived that round.
The time, 1 minute and 37 seconds of the 10th round. Referee stops the bout. Winner by TKO, Mike Tyson.